First, TSMC leapfrogged Intel. All of a sudden, TSMC can produce 5 nanometer chips at scale in a way that Intel can't. So, all of a sudden, and you can see it very clearly, up until 2021, TSMC has a market cap that's roughly a third below that of Intel. Today, it's more than 10 times that of Intel. So starting in 2021, essentially it becomes clear that TSMC is now the leading semiconductor producer in the world. So going back to 2018, in 2018, the US government decides to essentially say, I'm going to pick a fight with China, and that fight, I'm going to fight it on the battlefield of semiconductors because I have the biggest comparative advantage in semiconductors. I can crack China there. And then lo and behold, 100 miles from China's shore, here comes the best semiconductor company out of nowhere. So now all of a sudden, the US is like, oh darn, the best semiconductor company is no longer Intel. It's no longer within my walls. It's over there. Now all of a sudden, Taiwan is geostrategically very important in a way that it wasn't before. So that's number one. Number two, that what happened, to be honest, and here this might sound a little more controversial, but again, look at the Google search terms and you see it clearly. The US decides to leave Afghanistan, and the exit is a total shambles. Biden goes out to 60 Minutes to give an interview to sort of justify the shambles that it was, and out of nowhere in that interview he says, and if China thinks that because we left Afghanistan they can go out and invade Taiwan, we'll protect Taiwan, which was a huge departure from US policy up to that point. The policy of the US was strategic ambiguity. We're not going to defend Taiwan, but we're not going to say we don't defend Taiwan either. And this is something that he then repeats twice. And this drives China up the wall because it's a shift in the US policy until then. This is also when Pelosi decides to go visit Taiwan, which is the highest ranking US politician ever to visit Taiwan. So this drives China absolutely up the wall because it shifts the sort of soft status quo consensus that had existed until then. And since then, things have toned back down.